What's going on there? Are you trying to join in on the fun up there? Oh, Sully, you're gonna upset somebody doing that, kiddo. I think you just love being next to your sister, don't ya? Gypsy, are you alright, baby? Is he in your spot? What is it? It's a fan. I am sweating in here. What do you think? So welcome back, everyone, apparently to the place where we have puppies and minor hot flashes or whatever is going on with me today. But at least it makes for some cute puppy moments, I guess. But first, regarding my last video when I was talking about getting, you know, things that your puppy's not supposed to have in their mouth out of their mouth, somebody made a comment about asking about it. And this is my attempt of trying to show you how I do it. So usually if I was going to approach him, I'm usually coming up from his side or behind him. But yes, I know, give Paul, you're doing so good. But usually, this is so hard to show because he's not actually doing anything wrong or have anything in his mouth. So I usually will put one of my hands on the side of his neck and like kind of hold him, and then take my other hand and you put down their lips a little bit over their teeth. I don't really want to do it to him now because he's not really doing anything wrong. He's not doing anything wrong at all, actually, but some people will hold like the collar like that and put their hand against their face to try to get whatever out of their mouth. But usually, like I said, usually I'm coming up from behind him or on the side of him, and I'm putting my one hand somewhere around his neck. He's actually not biting. He's just doing his licky suck thing, which is so weird, kiddo. But if I have my hand there, I will come back from the back of his head and put my hands forward and just kind of put, this is so hard to show. Oh, you're in the wrong position, kiddo. You're doing it on purpose. But you basically take their lips and slowly fold them over their teeth and just slightly put pressure, and then you can get the thing out of their mouth. And usually when I do that, you're being such a good boy, I'll put his head down. I kind of tilt his head a little bit forward so whatever's in his mouth falls out. You know, I know people say it's mean to do that, to take their lips and pull it down slightly, but when they have something that's dangerous in their mouth, that's kind of like, that's just how I've been taught. It's a little bit uncomfortable for them, but it kind of opens their mouth up so you can get whatever's in there, and it also helps drop it to the ground. Thankfully, the last few days, Sully has only grabbed sticks in his mouth. He hasn't been grabbing things he's not supposed to for the last couple of days, so fingers crossed that that's like a start of that sticking and he doesn't decide to go eat anything else he's not supposed to. He's also starting to listen slightly when I tell him to leave his sticks outside, because if you've watched the previous videos, you know how much he loves to bring the sticks inside the house. But the last couple of days, he's actually, like, when I told him leave it outside, he's actually dropped it and then come onto the porch to come inside. So it's all good progress. Now regarding his potty training, it's still going actually really well. We've had maybe 3 accidents only in the last like week and a half. So he's really, really improving on the potty training. And it's one of the things I still keep getting asked about a lot. And look, they're puppies. It's not gonna be perfect right away. I think I've covered potty training a lot on this channel. But you just have to be consistent and be patient. You have to give them a chance to get it. There's one thing he did start doing a couple weeks back where he would just go to the back door and sit there. And that was, in his head, his way of telling me he needed to go outside. And if I didn't notice it or get there quick enough, he just would go by the back door. And, but that's already stopped. But I'm just saying that there's a process to potty training. So, I mean, he's only been here a month and a half. And the fact that he's done so well with potty training, like, I'm not going to get mad at him for having like an accident once in a while, because that's kind of expected to happen when you have puppies. And also, please just stop using the puppy pads. Like, if you follow me, you know I'm against puppy pads. Like, don't give your puppy any indication to go to the bathroom in the house. I've had some interesting emails over the past year of what people have set up for their dog, for their puppy specifically, in their house, and then they get upset the dog still goes there once they get rid of it. And it's like, well, you've taught it that that's okay. So you don't, I don't give them any indication. Don't use puppy pads. Just, you know, say no, pick them up, rush them outside. I also get asked constantly still, how do you make your dog go potty outside when there's bad weather? Well, you get your shoes on, you get your coat, you get an umbrella, and you possibly get a slip lead or a leash, and you go outside with them. You take them into the yard. I see a lot of people who just let their dog go outside during the bad weather and it just sits on the porch, and they're constantly yelling at the dog, go potty, get in the yard, go potty. The dog ain't gonna do that. Like, you have to be, especially a puppy, if it's like a bad storm, like it's a new experience, you have to get off your butt and go out with your puppy. You know, it's especially with cattle dogs, they want you with them even during that time of the day. I mean, eventually they will go on their own, you know, storm or not. You don't always have to put a coat and everything on, but if it's a really bad storm, I'm out there with my dogs because I want to make sure that they feel confident enough during it, and I want to make sure they go, because if it's a really long storm, I don't want them going in my house. So you have to try to be a part of it too. My mother-in-law had a dog that it literally took 5 years to potty train this dog. And you know, and I hear people complain with their cattle dogs that, you know, oh, it's been 3 days, or it's been a week, or it's been a month. It's like, be happy it's not going to be 5 years. Like, sometimes it takes a couple of months for them to really get it. You know, you got to remember, puppies will also just randomly pee during playtime because they get excited, they're not paying attention, you know, the bladder just goes. It's just, yeah, just be patient. Stop using puppy pads. That's my advice. Like, take the dog outside, go with it. I had somebody message me about Sully's biting, saying how, you know, well in control it is and how it's almost gone. It's not completely gone. Like, he's only been here a month and a half. I'm still dealing with little puppy biting, mouthing issues. It's definitely not as extreme as it was a month and a half ago. Like, he's really improved. That is true. Like, he is doing exceptionally well of understanding not to bite me. Notice I said me. He still tries to nip my husband in the ankles. He jumps up and tries to nip him in the thigh and on the hand and stuff like that. I'm not sure what the disconnect is there. I'm not sure if Sully just doesn't respect him and looks at him as like a play toy. I'm not sure if, you know, because my husband does everything I do. So they need to work out something together. Sully's also jumped up and pulled my hair. When he gets into playful zooming mode, he will zoom up onto the couch or wherever I'm sitting, and he's actually grabbed the back of my hair and yanked out a couple of chunks. So it's not perfect here yet. I know it might look that way, but I'm telling you, it's not. There are days where my patience is just gone and I have to just sit there and not say anything. Just kind of like, woosah, like, damn it, dog, get it through your head, you know. And he's still trying to herd the girls. Like, I'm very thankful he's not herding me, but I want him to herd a ball. Like, I want him to take that energy and put it elsewhere, and I'm really trying hard to redirect that from the girls onto a ball, but he has no interest whatsoever in a herding ball. So we'll see how this goes. But Clea's pretty good at telling him to stop it, but Gypsy still has issues telling him when enough's enough. And yeah, they're still figuring things out too. I feel like Sully and Gypsy are still figuring things out, and Sully and my husband are too. But he still responds very well to like the dying seal noise that I do, and also to like when I'm like that, like he just budged. I'm starting to make that noise as well, along with my dying seal noise, and I usually get the response of kisses instead. He's really starting to understand that hurts me. I think another thing that really helps in my situation is I'm literally here almost 24/7 with him. So I'm constantly working with him on bite inhibition. And I know a lot of people can't do that because they're away from their home, you know, a lot of times for work and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my benefit, I guess, is maybe. But I do know other people who are at home a lot, just like I am, or work from home, and their cattle dogs are biting way worse than Sully. So I don't know. I'm not sure why he's doing so well, but I'm just grateful he is. But yeah, potty training and biting is like the two things I still get constantly asked about. So yeah, watch my videos. There's plenty of info, I think. I think there's some decent info out there for you. And even though some of his trick training has gone extremely well, we are at a stuck point. Like, I cannot get him to understand stay for the life of me. He sometimes does it when we're outside, if I tell him to stay randomly, he'll like stop and sit. But inside, when I'm trying to actually teach it and start practicing distance with him, because, you know, when you're teaching stay, you always want to start off close and then you slowly move your way back while the puppy's here. And we're just, it's just not happening. Like, it's, leave it is not happening when it comes to food at all. So before I move on to any more like cutesy type tricks, stay and leave it need to be figured out. At least stay, because walking's about to happen, and I'm hoping when I start walking him, because I say stay on my walks too before we cross the street or something like that. So I'm hoping he'll start getting the idea for when we're stopped and standing there that you stay means stay, like stop, like, you know what I mean. Yes, I heard it too. It was a car door. Don't start barking. We're safe. We're safe. No, 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 no. There's no room for you to go checking. Like, this is a packed room with books and dogs right now. There's no running around mommy. That is, oh, yep, okay, that's daddy. Okay, nope, nah. I know daddy's home and we're stuck in the room. Can we just finish? But tomorrow is officially Sully's final vaccines, so we can start taking him out. I don't know what his job is. I know some people have asked about that too. I haven't figured that out yet. Most of the time my cattle dogs show me what their job is, or they start doing something on their own. I mean, I have done a few things like tell them, you know, check the perimeter, and we walk the perimeter of our yard. I've said that in a previous video. I mean, there's all sorts of things I try to encourage or watch out for to see if they're trying to turn something into a job. And right now, all I think Sully's job is to sit by my side and to herd my other girls into the house, which that job I'm not trying to encourage. We need to fix that a little bit. That is just a quick little update on things with him, just to let people know that it's not perfect here. So it's, I mean, he's perfect because he's my baby. As cute as our little wiggle worm is, we still have some things to work on and perfect. Biting, herding, and potty training are like my main focus when they're this young. Obviously, and to socialize them a little bit too, but we're gonna be working on that once he gets his final vaccines tomorrow. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Click all the buttons. Go say bye to the peoples. The woo woo. The woo woo. Is daddy out there? Do you want to go see daddy? I know, you heard daddy come home. You want to go see daddy? We'll see you guys next time. Bye.